Have you ever wondered how the senior level jiu-jitsu practitioners always seem to have that little edge? There's that little bit of extra concentration, there's a little bit of extra sharpness that puts that level of competitor, that puts that level of practitioner at a level that's super difficult to deal with. We're going to do a little bit different today, but I have had this for about 4 years now. When I crossed into the black belt threshold for jiu-jitsu, it was weird because what happened was nothing changed. Changing the color of the belt doesn't change who you are and the work ethic that got you there. I am not the biggest, the strongest, or the fastest where I am. I do have a attention to detail, and the attention to detail combined with the persistence helps. While I do not participate at the world-class level, I do participate with those who do participate at the world-class level. There is always a level of focus to the technique and a focus to what comes next with those competitors. The only way that I keep myself functioning at that level with those folks is that I take notes on everything that passes under my nose. I created a training journal. That's me up top, training journal. And then I take notes on everything in every class that we do. I have a video of takedowns that I made a few weeks ago. We're going to try something a little different, and we're going to try to do a video in video. So sit back, relax, and I'm going to explain how I put the technique that's explained in class onto a training journal, because then you go from see it, hear it, do it, to see it, hear it, do it, remember it, and write it. And that helps solidify the technique into my brain in particular, for the learning process. Let's dig into this real quick. We're going to start off with takedowns. And we're going to do our hand grips and all that kind of stuff like that. Typically, we're going to start defending our knee. Our attack hand is going to be the backhand. So as Professor Tomas reaches and grips, we're going to catch, we're going to make the grip, break the grip, and get our dominant. People are going to show 3 different reactions. Because I'm going to be messing and pulling with the collar, they're typically going to pull down first, which means that Professor Tomas is same stance as me, right legs forward. I'm going to step, kick, he's going to square because he doesn't like getting takedown. I need to take another simple step, make a lazy L out of our legs, and then I'm going to post, I'm going to drop, pull, keeping the collar press, and we're moving to side control. We're going to go, he's going to catch a grip, we're going to break the collar, get our dominant grip again. He doesn't like that because he got collar drag last time. He's going to posture up. Now, straight up and down, got a little bit of space between us, step, steal the step, drop, step. We're going to catch the hand, pop. Professor Tomas is going to lean back because he doesn't like getting hit. We're going to step side, drop the collar, come around the far side, catch, and take down to half guard. So in our video just now, we saw 3 different takedowns. Those takedowns are basically the 3 takedowns that I like to do because you're effectively going to see 3 major reactions. There is a 4th, but that involves them turning, and that just means that we continue to grip fight longer until we get the grip that we want so that we can execute. The 3 takedown reactions we're going to see is somebody leans forward, somebody postures up to get away, or somebody leans back to get away. When we have our open sheet of paper, what we're going to do is we're going to take our session technique, and I'll say, okay, our first technique was they lean forward. When they lean forward, I'm going to do a collar drag. So I'm going to write collar drag. So now that I've got the collar drag title, boop, I know what I'm talking about for my technique. What I'll do is I'll say, okay, we want to get our hand grip, and we want to have a cross collar grip, and we want to have a same side control of their strong hand. So basically my right hand's reaching across their collar, my left hand is controlling their dominant grip. Well, what we want to do is we want to say on our sheet, because that's the first thing we're going for, is cross collar and dominant hand grip. So now that we have cross collar and dominant hand control, we're going to shake our opponent and we're going to see what happens. So the next thing that we're going to see is they lean forward because I'm pulling them. And because in the video, our opposition was showing the same foot forward as we were, right foot forward versus right foot forward, that means that in order for the collar drag to work, I need them squared up. So I think to myself, what makes them do that? I need to step to the side and I need to kick their foot. If that kick to the foot trips them and they go face first, fine, I win. They're on the ground, which is what I wanted. But by stepping to the side, I get the right position, I kick that foot, and that forces the step. So in my technique, I'm going to say I want to sidestep and kick strong leg to strong leg and force the step. So now that we've forced the square step, we saw that Professor Tomas was leaning forward and off balance with no base. They end up lean forward, FWD abbreviation, with no base. Now that I know that they're leaning forward with no base, what's the next thing that happens on the video? The following step was the lazy L with my feet so that my leg on the outside is outside. So Professor Tomas's feet are here, and then I step from centered over, and then I reach across and block. How do I explain that? So their square stance, I sidestep to a lazy L, and then I step across and block. Because their foot is blocked and they're leaning forward, their weight's off balance, and they can't take a step to correct that imbalance. So as I post on that foot, I lean to my side of the posting leg as a block, and then I pull the collar and force them to their face. Because I have a strong grip on their dominant hand and a strong grip on the collar, I keep those all the way down. So collar grip and sleeve all the way to the ground. Then the final piece of this is that after they're on the ground, we're going to take a strong side control, and that's how we do it.